welcome to the video. I tried to recuperate 3 months of skateboarding from injury in 3 days. It's obviously been more than 3 days, but you get the point. This is part 2, and after part 1, it has been like a week of skateboarding since part 1. So, what am I thinking? I'm thinking that I want to get a redemption for that tray flip, which I got. At least I'm gonna do like 3 or 5 that are gonna look pretty good, and I'm gonna do basics, which I did. Clean basics. I'm gonna try. So here I'm gonna point out, no pun intended, I'm gonna point out some of the spots of the park that I would like to hit. There's the rail, there's the box, and I'm just talking about some tricks that I want to land, but in the end I end up getting too distracted. For instance, there are tricks that I want to land on this bench, but in the end I end up just getting distracted because I notice and I realize that I have a lot of things to practice before I want to get to these tricks or these particular spots. So from part 1, I think I'm getting that tray flip scoop a little bit better. And remember that I'm still handicapping myself with this skateboard. In the end, I eventually change it. As you can see here, I'm starting to stretch, but I'm not only stretching on camera, but I'm also stretching off camera too. Just for this video, I'm gonna put a lot of bails, but it's for the reason that I was having a lot of fun on these sessions. In the beginning of process of the part 2, I was still feeling a little bit tired with my body and all, but I'm really not complaining because each time, each video, each time that I skateboard, I keep raising the bar, and the difficulty just keeps raising and just going up and up, higher and higher. Here is obvious that I'm just warming up, and I just want you to see the process. Regardless. I am definitely feeling much better than in part 1. Here in part 2, I'm feeling much better. I have done some squats, I have done some home workouts, I have done a few things, but we're still in the beginning of this part 2. So let's see what happens next. I got this front Smith, but it's something that I'm gonna have to get back to in part 3. Voy a hacerlo desde por allá, creo.
¿Ya estás grabando? No. Sí, tú estás grabando ya. ¿Ya tú tienes grabando?
Ahora lo voy a tratar de hacer largo. Un poquito rápido, no muy rápido.
Ok, so yo te voy a seguir. Esto va a ser interesante. ¿Ah? A ver, voy a tirarlo. Yo estoy... está pesando mal, ya está pesando mal.
Como lo quiero hacer
Un par de... Yo quiero hacer un par de trucos con uno.
a ver lo que puedo tirar hoy. Ya.
Vale. Está grabando ya hace tiempo. Tú dejaste grabando. Maybe stop this, make clips. I get some good angles.
Ahí, dale. Ya.
Sí.
It might seem that I'm falling a lot, and it might seem that I'm falling on this no slide, but it's on set that is super true. That these obstacles get super sticky, and I don't know if it's the sun or what, but it gets super sticky.
Sí, I'm going a little too far. Se compró con
La preparación.
un bicicleta de scooter eléctrico.
So that being said, there's no wax. There's barely any wax within this session.
Oh shit. Es suerte que yo no estaba yendo canchado. That would have been epic.
Ay, ojalá, ¿verdad?
En la BM, un shout out a Michael Cintrón. I thought I had that. And here, I just wanted to review my new flat ground 3, top 3. Tray flip, frontside flip, and backside flip. I didn't like that.
No me gusta.
I don't like it. That's Nell. I love that frontside flip because it was technically sound. I am also doing a lot of off-camera training. I am practicing a lot of switch tricks, and I'm doing a lot of tricks that I'm eventually gonna show you in the part 3, on the next episode in part 3. So this is one of the workouts that I have been doing on camera and off camera, whatever you want to call it, jumping squats, froggies, squats, but preferably you want to do them by jumping. Here I'm doing it, I'm not sure if it's like post session, but I'm probably finishing by now. But I'm trying to do jumping squats while my body is in pain and when I'm extremely tired, so that way on the next session I could probably have some more success. Man, but I'm gonna be honest, it's like a spoiler alert. In one of the next sessions from this part 2, I had one of the worst sessions that I've had in a long time. I just had one of those days, if you know what I mean. Como pica, como arde. The only thing that I got to redeem was that tray flip. And I'm obviously talking about a session that we will see right now just shortly, where I did a tray flip that I really liked. So that's why I'm saying that I redeemed that tray flip. But I don't know why did I have such a bad session. I think it was that I got so tired on this session that by the next session, I think I was extremely sore. So I do this on camera to show you that I'm trying to prepare my physique for better tricks, for better obstacles.
Hey!
Little by little. But off camera, I'm also doing a lot of workouts too. For instance, for part 3, I'm gonna be way more jogged, way more exercised. I'm gonna be way more prepared.
Why are you running?
But that doesn't mean that in this part 2, I didn't perform well. I really want you to see the progress that I did in part 2. I know it seems like I'm just jogging, but off camera and not post session, I do tend to train even harder, way harder. Remember, this is post session, and I could really barely move, but I really like to exercise while I'm in this state, just so I could level up, even when I'm tired. But after a workout, jogging relaxes the tension within the muscles and all that stress. So now, in comparison to part 1, here in part 2, I feel like I am able to go even at a higher level with more difficult tricks along the session for a longer time without getting so tired as in part 1. So if you reach the same conclusion as I and you say, oh well, he's doing better now in part 2, wow, well, it's because of the physique. I already have the technicality, but it's all in the physique. So that being said, the more that I get my body fit, the more that my body is fit, or the fitter that my body is, the better I'm gonna match my technicality. And this doesn't mean that I'm gonna still be in the same level as I was before. I'm having so much sessions and I am increasing the consistency. That means that I'm gonna get as good as before and even better because I'm still practicing and I'm learning new tricks along the way. So that being said, off camera and in part 1 and in part 2, I am probably adding a few tricks that I am learning, like I said, along the way.
That's how winning is done. That's how winning is done. It's not about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to surpass my previous technique, my technicality, and I'm trying to surpass my previous physique. Here we have reached the segment of the video where it's my worst session in a long time. But at least I got to redeem the tray flip that I was trying to fix the scoop from part 1. Like, oh my gosh, I had such a bad session. I was just doing a warm-up 50-50 and my feet are sore. Like I said, you have to put a lot of wax because this gets very sticky. About 3 months ago, my crooked felt fine, but I'm still feeling a little weird, especially when I'm this sore. So these crooked grinds don't count for me because I'm trying to land with my back straight and I'm trying to pop that nollie off. I usually nollie out.
Me da miedo doblar los pies y se me olvida que estos patines están para eso, que tienen ese gancho para eso.
So I'm super bummed because I am just not feeling it. I'm not having a really good session. That is chill. What the heck was even that? Daddy chill. Daddy chill. Daddy chill.
Sóbate que no hay gay.
Like we have been repeating along the way, skateboarding while extremely tired or extremely sore is extremely risky. When you skateboard, you limp, you get tired, you get sore, you get hurt, you get banged, and this is concrete and rails. This is even worse than getting punched by somebody. Skaters, a good consistent level of skateboarding takes a real toll on the skateboarder's body. I'm probably sure that I'm not gonna land anything, but it's very important for me to feel out each trick, each front lip, each front myth, each kickflip board. It's very important for me. Even if I don't even land it, it's important for me. Even if I can't compromise, I still have to at least attempt it so I can feel it while I'm mid-flight, you know. I feel out the trick and I don't forget it. So next time, on the next session, the next time that I come and I skateboard, it would be much easier for me to land that specific trick. But not this session. This session sucks.
Desguabinao, desguabinao, desguabinao.
I was about to leave. I just want to keep going. Next session. Warm up, first try kickflip. I'm feeling much better. But I'm still learning a lot of things. And I haven't switched to my new board. I still got my handicapped board. I just want to give this handicapped board a few more swings before I change to that new, fresh pop. It's always like 10 to 20 times better when you get that new snap.
Let's get it on.
What the heck was even that? You saw how seductive I landed? But all jokes aside, I learned a new way to flick my backside flips. And it feels more comfortable. I'm not feeling this session entirely, but at least it does feel like I'm doing some progress. I have a trick in mind involving the tray flip, so I'm still trying to work on that pop and my body position.
Grabando, ¿quieres que pase por acá? Voy a calentar primero.
Está bien.
Aunque sea, yo voy a coger primero tratar de...
En verdad no me molesta.
As a skater, to be more complete, I still feel like I have a lot of ground to cover. But I feel like I have been working on my own foundation, on my own fundamentals, and that's what I'm doing, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm gonna work on symmetry and a lot of other different aspects to be a better skater. But I feel like I'm counting with something to work with. This might seem like a nice box, but along the months it has turned very sketchy. It got splinters, the screws are out, parts of the wood are chipped. I did this kickflip hop on top because I'm gonna get ready to flip in and stuff. That kickflip hop on top and that kickflip manual doesn't count because they were just too sketchy. but it's just so you can see the progress. So this session may not seem that much, but it really helped me for the next session. And it has been like that, man. Like, this box is actually a little challenging because it's so short. And I keep getting stuck on the screws. But in eventuality, this will help me for the future. Like, I know that a big box is better, but this little box really helps me land a lot of tricks and just feel them out, even if the box is smaller. Here, I'm doing a challenge from Paul, the inliner, to do a kickflip 50-50 on the yellow parking stop. I already had a set prior, and I didn't come ready for this trick in particular, but I think I can do it. So I told him, look, we'll come another day, and I know that I'm gonna land it. We'll film it, for sure. So most of these things are first try. I'm just trying to do a little line of basic things that I know that I can do, even if I'm like tired already.
Yeah. I got the caliente.
So that cricket was a little bit good, but I didn't commit my body, at least not the top of my body like I wanted to land exactly how I want to. Shout out to Paul from La Rueda PR. So all that is feeling very easy. Everything almost first try. However, not everything, because like I said, I'm still skateboarding with this skateboard, and this skateboard is handicapped, and it doesn't have a good snap, and it doesn't have a good pop. But I train with this board, because when I change into a new skateboard, I'm gonna feel very, very good. I don't need to tell you or go over how bad I feel about that kickflip backside 50-50.
Oh, back. Ahí vas a seguir, pero no sé qué hiciste. Diste que irme suelto. Ah, se cayó. Ay, qué seteado. Lo vi.
The inline skater Paul literally knocked the lizard off the wall, not once but twice. So like that's the end of this session, and I'm ready to go. I'm too tired and I'm not gonna land anything. If anything else, I'm just lazy and I'm chilling.
Ya no puedo más con mi vida.
It's way too dark, so we're gonna plan a new session where we could film during the daytime. But yo, check out the next segment, the new session, a wet flat ground session. I know that you may not see the water drops because of the quality of this video, but annoying little water droplets are constantly falling and making my skateboard extremely slippery. And this is the last session with this old board, because now after getting wet it just feels like cardboard, so it has zero pop. But I continued with the session. It was too slippery and it took too many tries for this session. And now, let's get to the next session, where I finally felt comfortable with changing my old board to the new board, because now I feel better. And I know that I'll take advantage of that with this new board, with the fresh pop and the fresh snap. I won't only do tricks that I used to do in my prime, but I'll also do new tricks.
Más o menos.